In this video, we're looking at multiplying and dividing positive integers. So these are just going to cover some mental strategies that we can use in terms of multiplying and dividing. So the first one we're looking at is multiplication. More specifically, we're looking at doubling and halving. All right, so you can double one number and then half the other if it starts to make it a little bit easier to do. So for example, here we have 4 times 74. So for some people that could be really difficult. So what we could do is we could actually half the 4 to turn it into 2 and then double the 74 to make it 148. Okay, and then what we can do there is just double it again. So if we double that again, we now get 296. Okay, so instead of trying to go through 4 times 74 in our heads, we've went, okay, well, if I go 2 times 148, that's the same thing. And then we were like, well, that's just doubling it, so let's double it. Another one, 5 times 160. I don't really want to half this one because I'm going to get to 2.5. So what I'm going to do is actually double the 5 to make it 10 and half the 160. So now I have 10 times 80, and the trick with 10s is you just add an extra 0 on the end. So 10 times 80 ends up with 800, which was a lot easier to quickly do than 5 times 160, which may stump some people. All right, the distributive law. So this is where we can break multiplications into parts to make it a lot easier. All right, so I'm also going to cover another kind of little trick here, so you'll see in a second. So I'm going to go, well, 7 times 89, that could be really hard. So what I'm actually going to do is go 7 times 90, take away 7 times 1, okay? So now that I've got that, I can go, well, 7 times 90, that could be pretty hard still. So I'm going to break that up to 7 times 9 times 10. Take away 7 times 1. All right. Now I can go, oh, well, 7 times 9, I can do that. That's 63. So now I've got 63 times 10. Take away 7. And I can go, well, 63 times 10, I already know the rule for the 10. Why don't I just add the 0 on? So now I've got 630. Take away 7. Which ends up being 623. So there's a couple of rules there. We started with 7 times 89. Could be quite difficult for some people. So we said, well, 7 times 90. And then we're just going to take away 7. All right, that extra 7 that we took. Now we have 7 times 90. That could be a bit hard. 7 times 9 times 10. And so we did the 7 times 9 part to get 63. Times 63 by 10. And then take away 7. All right. Now we're going to look at dividing. Again, another halving trick here. So you can continually half numbers until you get to what you need to get to. So here we have 464 divided by 8. So I'm just going to halve everything. So if I halve it all, I get 232 divided by 4. I'm going to go and halve it again. So 116 divided by 2. And I'm going to go halve it again. And finally I get to 58. So instead of going and trying to do 464 divided by 8 in my head straight off the bat, I just continually halved it until I got down to the answer.